Good morning guys, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming. Back on Forza Motorsport 7 and having a look at the Forzathon challenges. But as you see from that cool little introduction, Forza have actually introduced an experimental drag mode now. So what I'll do is I'll go in and complete the experimental drag challenge on Forzathon. To start off, you get the drag racing basics screen, which gives you a few tips and different things and about rules of disqualification. So good stuff to know before we make a start. For these drag races, I have chosen the September car of the month, which is the 1984 Nissan Skyline. Take that out for a blast and see how I get on. I'm up against a BMW M1. The BMW definitely had the advantage of pulling away, but the sheer power of this Skyline has sailed me through the finish line in 12.78 seconds. Absolutely brilliant, can't go far wrong. The Forzathon challenge for this event, this one-off challenge, is to complete 3 drag races. So that's what I'll be doing. It's on the Dubai circuit. So I've done one. This will be my second one. And I've run the red light. Oops. I'll be honest with you, this was done on purpose. So as the red light fell, I wanted to see what would happen when you get disqualified, when you break the rules. So I've gone through and I've been disqualified. Never mind. Let's go back and do it properly. Just wanted to see what would happen really. Again, up against the M1. Lights. Probably not the best start, bit of wheel spin. But looking at it, I'm still absolutely hammering it past for BMW. First place in 11.62 seconds. It's actually better than my first run. Got the pop-up notification saying that I've made progress. Actually, it was only 2, I thought it was 3, but it's not, it's actually 2. All I had to do was 2 runs. But I thought, why not give it a third try? Let's go again, shall we? And up against the BMW M1. Absolutely flattening it. 11.929 seconds, so a little bit slower than my second run, but it's still very good. So I'll exit out of the experimental drag mode and have a nip back into Forzathon and claim my rewards. I think it's 180,000 credits for this one. Yes, it is. It's 180,000 credits claimed for completing the introduction to experimental drag. This was recorded prior to Friday, so as you can see, this week's challenges have not unlocked, but a bit of a hard cut. And you can see this week's challenges. You've got moving up, which is win a race at Circuit de Catalunya in a modern off-road division car. And then the first step of the second challenge, Racer's Delight, is complete a multiplayer race in a 2011 McLaren GT, and the first step of the final challenge set is to win a race in a B-class car. I will have a look and see if I can mix any of these up a little bit, but I'm not sure if I can on this week's. The prizes for those, the credits, the BMW i8, and of course the driver gear. So I'm racing this around. It's on the school circuit, so it's only the short circuit. I'm not looking for a long, protracted video today. I was planning on streaming this, but unfortunately I ran into a few technical difficulties. Went over to my Xbox menu, did the start broadcast, set the stream title up and everything. When you click start broadcast, it would just stop. Nothing. So I went back, did it again, nothing. Rebooted the Xbox, went back, and it just hung for about 5 minutes on the screen before it starts. So I thought, you know what, the network's having problems or Mixer's having problems, I don't know, but it just wouldn't have it. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do this locally, get a video up, and if you guys want to see it on Mixer, I'll have a look at putting it on Mixer as a clip, as a pre-recorded video. But YouTube's my main focus, so that's that challenge out of the way. That was pretty easy. So back into Forzathon screen to claim my rewards. That's 30,000 credits, which all helps. But particularly as I think I'm going to have to buy one of the cars for the next challenge. Skip over that in the video, because the idea is to try and be a bit more concise today and try and keep it under half an hour really. Partly because videos under half an hour perform better, and partly because it's a Sunday morning when I'm recording this. I've had about 2 hours sleep, and basically I don't want to be prattling on for too long on these things. So multiplayer in my hoppers, I think I need the Class R, I think it is, for this McLaren. So have a quick flick through. It does take a while to connect to these hoppers. They're not the easiest things in the world, because multiplayer does tend to be a bit slow. My internet's very fast, but my Xbox does lag here and there, and I've noticed that more recently a lot of the online services have been having advisories on Xbox Live. So I think there has been problems or oversubscription or whatever, but last time when I did a multiplayer event, offhand, I think it must have took me a good 20 odd minutes or more to actually even connect to a lobby.
10 years later.
But this is what it is with these lobbies, it's 10 years later. You could literally set a lobby loading, or even multiplayer mode loading, and go off, make a cup of tea, do yourself a sandwich, come back, and it'd still be there, still be loading. But wasn't too bad for this one. 12th place. Already been rammed by 13th person. People are already off the track. This is absolutely mad. This is actually truly mad. This is a really dirty lobby. This is really, really bad. It's bang, smash everywhere. Hazards on track. It's absolutely crazy. I'm all over the damn place. Partly because I'm a bit tired, and partly because I've got a McLaren with pretty much everything turned off. I'm not actually used to this. 7th place, I'm actually quite impressed. Until of course I hit the tyre wall. And I've noticed, and it is something I've noticed, when you play the multiplayers, if you go off the track and onto a grass, it is very difficult to get back off. It just seems you just got no ability to move on the grass. Whereas you play on normal mode, even with the assists turned off, which I have done for a few challenges, it's a lot easier. Seems multiplayer is a bit of a pain for it. I've done a cut down to the last lap because it's 4 laps, but by this time I'm in 15th place. It was absolutely carnage. Pretty much every time you get back on the track, you've got about 5-6 people coming up behind you, smacking you back off the track. Combined with the fact that I can't actually keep it on the track for half the race, doesn't help. I've got round to the last lap, but it's giving me the countdown timer, so I'm not going to complete this. But despite what the challenge likes to tell me, I still get my reward. I don't need to complete it. I just need to just do the race, which is good for me because I'm not in the mood to be playing dodgems and Destruction Derby at 1 after midnight. So that goes to there. Didn't get on podium, but who cares? I'll pop back into the Forzathon screen and see what's next. So it's winner race at Suzuka in a 2014 Ferrari. So I'm in the Ferrari. I'm up against the Ford Focus Ice Gymkhana. Absolutely blistering start. That just flew. Proper chem block. It just flew off the line. But by the time I got to the first corner, the Ferrari's up there. It's passing it. Although looking at the map, definitely having a good go at keeping up with me. Another short circuit, because I don't fancy the long circuits today. And I get close to the end. I'm now on my final home straight, absolutely hammering it, although not really pushing much over about 120, but doesn't really matter, it does the job. And across the line in 58 seconds. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Pop-up appears, let me know that I've made progress, and there it is. That's the pop-up telling me I've completed the challenge, which is absolutely brilliant. Onwards towards the BMW i8. So that's 2 in my garage now. Funnily enough, out of interest, I've noticed I'm a specialist dealer this week. There seems to be a glitch, or maybe they've just changed their structure, but all cars seem to be 100 credits, which is nice. So next one on here is clean sweep. I want to see if I can mix it up a little bit, see if I can combine any of these, seeing as I do have the ability to jump forward on these. So there's win a race in a B-class car. There's win a race in a front-wheel drive car, and then there's win a race at Mugello Club Circuit. Okay. Can I win a race in a B-class front-wheel drive car at Mugello and just hit this in one go. I'm wondering, I've never done this before because it's only more recently I've discovered it's only recently I've discovered that you can see all races in that challenge group, so I'm wondering if I can hit this together. So after going through things, I've got the Dodge Dart, which is a front-wheel drive car. It's a B-class car, and of course I'm going to have a look at Mugello. Let's see if this works. If this does, this is absolutely brilliant. This is another way to totally hack the challenges. So, not the coolest car in the world, admittedly, but it's pulling forward okay. It looks quite nice. Not too fond of the colour, but never mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna look at streaming on YouTube the other day, and it's not as easy as I actually thought it was. I thought, okay, get Ob Studio or Streamlabs or one of these other programs you use for streaming. Get that set up, get it to capture from the Xbox Windows 10 app, and just send it out. But the problem lies in the second you select this app, or the second that you select full screen recording, the Xbox app closes. Obviously this is something Microsoft have coded into it to stop people streaming this way, which makes my life infinitely difficult when it comes to YouTube streaming. I did come up on an interesting idea to stream, but unfortunately that didn't really yield the results I wanted. The idea was to stream to Mixer and then use Ob Studio to capture the web page and restream it out to YouTube. Right, it sounds quite easy, right? And it is, it's actually really simple. However, when I tested it, I recorded a few minutes of Cube watching on Fortnite, and it did it, and it worked, but it only did it at 480p. Even though I'd selected 1080p, all my settings in Ob Studio were right, it was only streaming out at 480p. A bit of research later, and it turns out there's three things that affect your stream. There's your CPU, I've got an i5 mid-range, it's all good. Your internet, which is brilliant, and then there's your graphics card. Thump head on desk. My graphics card's practically Stone Age. But never mind. Moving on. I've done my challenges there. Unfortunately, it's only given me credit for the Class B car. It hasn't took it. It hasn't let me skip ahead. I've got the Nissan. Absolutely crazy. I'm just going for power here. Just give it a kick. Tight corner. Bit of a handbrake turn around there. Again, my opponent doing a very good job at keeping up with me. But I'm flying ahead, no particular problems. A short circuit. And once this is done, I can nip in. I can go and do the last part of the challenge and claim my rewards. Looking at the map, you can still see the gap is pretty much indistinguishable. 1 minute 5 seconds in first place, and I'm happy with that. I'm actually really happy with that one. The pop-up appears now telling me that I've made progress, as I expected I would. So back into the Forzathon screen to see what the next challenge is. And that, of course, is to race at Mugello on the club circuit. So let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I've picked Mugello on the club circuit. This doesn't take too long. Well, it shouldn't, considering what I've chosen as a car. I decided to bite the bullet after a couple of months of saying, yes, I'm going to get this pack, I'm going to get it, but not actually doing it. I went out and bought the Hoonigan pack, mainly because I wanted this car, the Hoonicorn, the Ford Mustang, 1969 I think it is, the Hoonigan Ford Mustang. It's well over 1,000 horsepower, built for drifting, and this thing shifts. It actually really moves. You see, pulling away off the line, it was absolutely crazy. And I'm pulling some fierce speed coming up here. I thought, this is a Hoonigan. This is the Hoonicorn. This is a drifting machine, so even though this is not a drifting race, I thought, let's test it out. Let's try and do a few little drift around corners. Let's see how it handles. Sometimes it works for me, other times it doesn't, but that's just me and drifting. But this is absolutely flying it. Anyone who's seen this car outside of Forza will know how loud it is and what a monster it is. I remember this car being dropped off in London for an episode of Top Gear. Absolutely thrashing it around London. It's mental. So that's my pop-ups, made progress, and I've completed. So that's the Forzathon challenges for this week. Having nip into the menu to claim my reward, which of course is the pit crew driver gear, which is fair enough. It's not too bad. I've got one of the biker driver gears on at the moment. So what I'll do, let's have a look at next week, shall we? I can't skip ahead on each of the challenge sets at the moment because they're not live, but next week's are making the tyres squeal. That's for 30,000 credits. Who's got to go fast? Who's in first? That of course is for the driver gear. For you disco dollies out there. The third challenge set, this is your free step, is your Grand Touring Around. A confirmation of excellence. And that wins you an exclusive car. Not available elsewhere, only in Forza 7. That's for 2017 Ford GT Forza Edition, which is brilliant. I absolutely love the 2016 edition and has been my car of choice in many a race and many a cash builder challenge. And I know there is this one person. There is somebody who's been asking me on my cash builder videos, on my earlier cash builder videos, before I said, forget it, let's just jump in the F1 car and hammer it around the brickyard. But they was asking me about this car, saying, how do you get it? The only way you could get it was to complete one of the endurance races on the Elite Drivers' Cup, which is, to get there, that's quite a bit of work, that's quite a few hours you need to put in. And they did say, oh, can you sell it to me? No. I mean, not being nasty or anything, but this is my primary car. This is a car at the time I was just using for pretty much every race, and it was my cash builder in a Sanyo. But this is out, so this is definitely of interest to you. The person who was asking me about this X Pro Mode X did say to me, you trying to sell that Ford GT Forza Edition, I buy it off you. And I pretty much said no, but now's your chance, mate. If you still follow me, if you're still interested in this stuff I'm doing, I'll leave a comment on the original thread to you, but if you're interested in it, take a look at next week's Forzathon. This is where you will get the chance to get the 2017 Forza Edition Ford GT. It's not the one I've got, it's the 16 I've got, but this car is the updated version. So of course it will have the extra credits, extra things as well. What those be, I'm not sure. But if you're after the full GT Forza edition, this is quite possibly the easiest way of getting it. Costs you nothing more than maybe 10 minutes of your time, and you get an excellent car. So definitely one for you, and definitely one for other people who are interested in getting this car, because it is fast. It's a lovely car. That's next week's challenges: make the tyres squeal, gotta go fast, and grand touring around. Excellent. So remember guys, if you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, leave me a comment. If you don't, I guess the other button works just as well. To keep up to date with what I'm doing, I've got a hell of a lot of stuff to work on at the moment. I've done my Forzathon for this week. I've got about 4 hours of Forza Horizon 4 gameplay off the demo which was launched a few days ago to go through, to edit, because as much as I could just pick it up, upload it, it is sitting somewhere around about 25 gig at the moment, which is just a bit too crazy for the upload. So I need to edit that down, and you guys aren't going to sit and watch me race around and basically hoon around for the most part. I think you've got about an hour or so of actual challenges. The rest of it's just free roam, just hooning about, as they say. So I'm going to have to go and cut a lot of that down, get that ready. That's quite a bit of work for me, and once I've completed this video, I've got a Fortnite video to do, because I've been neglecting Fortnite a bit this week. So I'm going to go in, got a Fortnite video to do, quick update on this, that, the other, and go from there. So I've got quite a bit going on, so hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with what I'm doing, and thank you for watching. So until next time guys, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy and happy driving.